everybody. Thank you so much for joining into this live. Thank you so much for your love. My name is Amos Spitfire, the one who brings in the heat, the one who brings in the fire, bringing you the BantuSquare Show here on the Quad Arena Radio. Shout out to Go Live. And we are doing this. Let's go. Hello, boss Sakina. I'm so sorry about that. Network yanga istajino series. But we give thanks. I'm doing so great. How are you? You look so great.
Thank you. I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much. Welcome to the BantuSquare Show, boss Sakina. My name is Amos Spitfire, and thank you so much for doing this with us. I always tell people, before we go any further, I'd just like to hang tight a few people who have just joined us on the live. Hang tight to Nigeria and do shout out. So I'd like to say shout out to Semi J. Semi J usually brings us our sound, but because I'm working from home today, this is something I would do for the last time, because it's complicated and not in the studio. So I just want to say shout out to Semi, shout out to TK, Nashi Music. Earlier on with Chatrisha Vibe, but as over because network ain't jamba. So, boss Sakina, let's do this. Welcome to the square. Here we are honest, we are open, and we get to talk about things. So tell us, who is boss Sakina? The people need to know.
Thank you very much for having me. Okay, so basically, boss Sakina is a mom. Boss Sakina is a girlfriend. She's a sister. She's a friend. She's a businesswoman. Yeah.
Boss Sakina is a mom, a girlfriend, a businesswoman. So in all things, Boss Sakina embodies the modern woman, right? The woman as she is, Boss Sakina. We're gonna get a little bit into that later. But I've just been trying to know your aesthetic and how you're very open and honest in your sound. Particularly that one song when you say Blessa Bamba, I've just been having, a lot of a lot of question marks. I'm like,
Bamba, Blessa, like it is what it is. It's not all about money. Sometimes, Blessa not a Bamba because love comes first for me. So yeah.
Do you also think, since you already got into it, you said love comes first for you, but I think any other person, women love attention. We love attention. Do you think this is something that we need to talk about? I see in your music, you really speak about women. You are a female, you are a musician who's also a woman. Because last time I was warned by one musician who came on our platform and said, I was Shinzi, a male doctor. I was Shinzi, a male teacher. Yes, it's always a female doctor, it's always a female lawyer. And I feel like that label always labels women wrongly, makes us feel weak. But I've also noticed, Boss Sakina, what is your music aesthetic about? You sing about women, clearly. Can you tell us more about some of the messages that you spread in your music?
Okay, I'm all for women. Like you've noticed, maybe it's because I come from a family where there are no female from male. We're about 5 girls and 2 boys. So we are all women. So what I'm trying to spread in my music is that we should not be classified or put into boxes that women can do this, men can do that. We can do everything. So I find a song,
yes, no, we found this up.
That whether I have
network is trying to play games with me. If you're still joining us, we have TKM saying looking good, Sakina. We also have Terry Zhu saying looking good. Thank you so much. We are trying to connect. Boss Sakina, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Sorry about it.
It's okay. Absolutely okay. You were saying?
Yes. I was saying that I don't like women to be put into boxes, or for us to be, as a woman, to be told that since you're a girl, you can't do that and that. As you can see with my music, Ndochimanya. Ndochimanya is a song that is just trying to put out that women can do anything. Whether you have a man or you don't have a man, you can still do your music career. You can be a businesswoman. You can be a mom at the same time doing your business. So what I try to tell women is that we are just the same as men.
Yes, 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 definitely. We are just the same, if not better anyway. Those are the words of Boss Sakina. Boss Sakina has been talking to us. If you're joining us, we have African entrepreneurs post saying, keep going, doing some great work, Boss Sakina. We also had earlier on someone with happy faces. I may not get most of your messages. We have TKN saying, looking good, Sakina. We have Kimberly spreading out the hearty faces. This is what we need. This is all the love we need. If you have just joined us, people like Talicia_ZWU, we are sitting right now with Boss Sakina. What an amazing thing. This is so exciting here on Quad Arena. And we're getting to, know Boss Sakina, get to know about her music, her style, aesthetic. And so far, one thing we know for sure is she has told us that she is about women. Boss Sakina, everyone has a music story to tell. Everyone, absolutely everyone. What is your story? Were you always musically inclined from a young age, or you just woke up the next morning and you're like, I
woke up, it's very funny. Like when I was at high school, I was more of a tomboy when I was at school. And my sister was more of a performer. My sister is now my manager. So all of a sudden, I just woke up one day and then I think, I want to do this. I want to sing. My sister, when she was in school, she was in this group called Skate, Writers Reprimba, with these girls. So I told her that, can you link me up with one of your friends? Because she was the recording artist from a very young age. She was a young superstar, so to say. And then we linked up, we went to the studio. My first song I recorded it with Mark D, the producer. And then after that, I went to Kairo's Hamba Hamba. It didn't work out really well. I recorded one song for like 5 years with those producers because I was new and they were telling me that you can't do it, you're female, you're female, your voice, this and that. I remember I used to like the Afro pop fusion. They were saying, it's Sungura, why don't you play this and that? Why don't you sing the urban groovers? So because of that, I was working with the same producer for like 6 years. And then one day when we were in the studio, Daza D came. That was like 6 years after. Then Daza D was like, he's a dancehall artist. And then he was like, I like your voice. What? You could dance or chichichi. Then I'm like, why don't I try? Because I'm not doing anything. These people are telling me that I'm female. You can't do it. What? That is when I went to Daza D. When I went to Daza D, but I recorded my song with Simplex. BBS. I liked it. I liked dancehall. And then put dancehall manje kune, let's push my work. I waited just your Afro pop, come out with the video, what. With dancehall, manya rhythm, manya rhythm, choto manisco mugeto, kana chenda mugeto to come back to you to
I like that. So in another world, because I was going to ask you also, because I see you're more inclined to dancehall, would you say, can you box yourself? Since already you have told me that you're not a person, I know you box, I know you sit in that box, you've already burnt that box. Would you sing any other genre on any other given day?
Yeah, I've done a lot of Afro pop. I have a song coming up soon, and I've done with one of the big artists, and it's Afro pop. Yeah, I've done Afro pop. I've also done Bira.
So, thank you for letting us in on the spoilers, because people are always, expecting what's next. Boss Sakina, have you been putting in the work? You know how people are. But thank you for letting us in on the spoilers. Boss Sakina, your story is very unique, very unique. That's why it's really important to get to sit down with a person and know a story from themselves. People assume in the streets. People assume in the streets, but they don't even know that it took you this long to find your sound, to find your feet. And it's such a beautiful thing that we're actually doing this woman to woman and getting to talk about this. This is very inspirational, even for any other person out there. I'm just hanging tighting some people who are coming in, and a Farai Mads and a BTM, Tinotena Maposa. Thank you so much for the fire that you're bringing in. This is Boss Sakina, the beautiful, the talented, the enduring, the never give up Boss Sakina. I mean, it took you 5 years to say, Amana, you could have given up.
Actually, it took me 10 years because first I was working with one producer and then the other one. Yeah. And then it took me, I think people have known Boss Sakina, it's almost 2 years now, but I've been behind there trying to push my music. So for females, especially females, it's a very harsh industry for us. We're always judged. We pay. I remember there's this other day when I was in the studio, when I wanted to record it, I was told to Elona Vikatad.
Oh,
because you're female.
Same age.
Because you're female. You know.
Also, this you have been raising very important, at the same time worrying concerns when it comes to being a female artist. We talked about this when we started, and I said I don't want to refer to you as a female dancer or as a female Afropop artist. I want to refer to you as an artist in her own right. Besides having the superpowers of motherhood, you're an artist in your own right. Tell me, you have been talking about what are some of the challenges in the industry when you are, number one, a woman? Number two, what do you think should be done in terms of probably coming together and talking about these issues? Because these are some of the things that have been coming up when we get to sit down with artists, amazing artists, because their level is female. Then comes the problem. What do you think should be done, Boss Sakina, in addressing some of those issues in the industry?
You know, when you're female, the female industry, the music industry has female, let me say DJs, people who can spread the word on the DJs, the bloggers and stuff. I think personally, especially the radio DJs, they are the ones who should push the female artist music. Because if you take your music, one of a female DJ, they don't play your music. And it's women to women. So if us as women can always make female artists the priority, it's very easy because one of my DJs, Akawanda Epa Radio, I'm pushing my male artists. You'd be surprised that I've approached a lot. Funny when I got to approach my DJs, female DJs, can you play my music? They've never played my music. Muna noticed that my music is a male DJ. So I think this thing will always be a victim. Women are always a victim, will always be a victim to the society. But what we have to do is to promote each other as females. If you're a female DJ, if you're a female TV presenter, if you have a platform, so to say, if you're a female, you just try and use that platform to promote other female artists.
Definitely.
Especially the because then there's some industry, I know it's very hard for us women to promote each other, but we are the majority.
Yes.
So if we do that, we can actually move and we can actually protect each other in the female industry. Because the moment you're going to call even another male artist, so to say, can I please have a collaboration with you? You're going to see that you're a woman. And that's really off topic. But I think that my female producers could come and approach Boss Sakina. Can I produce my music in your studio? Boss Sakina, this person is female. Achato haratwa. Achato hanganitwa kuti afanite kuzikana. So Boss Sakina should just try and promote that person.
Definitely.
So I think
definitely.
It's up to us as women.
It's definitely we're only biggest cheerleaders, really, Boss Sakina. these are very important issues. This is why we are here. This is why we are in the square. But now we're getting to talk about our issues from our own perspective. And thank you so much for letting us in on that. And the very important point, really, as you're saying, is we need to promote each other as women. You know, when the network was going crazy, I was very worried that, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And that's not Zinga, my partner. And I was saying, this is a woman-to-woman conversation. You are not invited. So we're not have this interview together. So thank you for raising those points. If you're a woman producer, if you're there in the comment section, and if you are aspiring, you need to start, because women need to promote each other. Women need to do this for each other, and that's the most important thing. We have Hunter saying both Saki with hearts. We have Tatenda Brain, waving to us. Thank you so much for joining in the live. If you're still joining us, or if you are just joining us, this is the BantuSquare Show. We have a special preview, a special conversation. This is radio, unlike radio, and we're getting to sit down with Boss Sakina, a once in a lifetime, achievement, really, because you just don't get an artist and get to sit down with them and talk to them. Boss Sakina has been telling us a lot about the industry, a lot about women coming together. The irony is that we are still in the Women's Month, so viva women! You can't take us anyway. Boss Sakina, this is fun. This is awesome. So tell me, Boss Sakina, everyone has a day one. You earlier on talked about your manager. Who do you say are your musical day ones? When it comes to, music, when it comes to your career in the industry?
Like I said, that's a D. If you know him as a dancehall artist.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
DJ in Bali. Bouncy Lisa. Popton. With Popton, it's just a call away. Show in studio. He's there for me. Yeah, I think and Freeman. I've worked with him. We have projects that we've worked with. Yeah, he's a very good songwriter. He's a very good mentor. He's very patient when you're in the studio. Yeah.
That's great. It's really great to know that even on your list, women do exist, which is really beautiful. I mean, everyone needs that support, and you acknowledging that means you also work well with others. Boss Sakina. So let's talk about your collabo with Poptain. That's what really caught my eye, because I remember telling people, do you know Boss Sakina? Sometime last year when I discovered you on Instagram, and we're like, Boss Sakina. Then Mami Chirezi at that time was coming out. I think, the project was being done and stuff. And the project was there. What's the story behind the project? Are you from Chirezi? Because I'm from Chirezi, and I would like to have a home meeting.
I'm not from Chirezi. Chirezi was, we used Chirezi because Chirezi, that's where, it's not where you grow sugarcane, but that is what people think. We know the sugar.
Educators. Educators, of course.
Chirezi is from Triangle, but people just say Chirezi ndokunori ma sugar. So it's about sugar. Bring mama sugar.
Bring us the sugar. Yes.
Yes, so that is where it came from. We were in the studio with Popton, and then Popton was like, you know what, sister, Gatite something. Like, we want a love song.
Yeah.
So let's do something that is romantic. Let's not talk about girl child, what. But let's just talk about it's a love story. It's a love song. Let's write a love song. And then we started writing. And then we are in a line and but most of the writing was done by Popton. It's a very good writer as well. So yeah, that is where it came from. So Mama Sugar.
It's all about the sugar. Yes. It's really great to know about that. I think from now on, that's going to be my theme song. So I'm gonna, strongly identify with that. So so you said you were in the studio with Poptain. Do you think this collabo would have been done with any other person? Why Poptain? Why Poptain? I know Poptain is dope, but why Poptain? I mean, when the collabo came about.
When I worked with Poptain, he wasn't yet live. But I thank God I have a very, very good, my artist, my manager can point out or can support talent.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Like my manager who said you should work with this guy.
Then
I'm like,
and look at it now.
Let's do it. Because but manager that this guy has talent, you have to work with him. So we got into the studio, we started working, and I don't think I could have done it with any other artist but him. Because his energy when you're in the studio, his vibe, he's very easygoing, he's creative. Even when you're making the video, when you're doing the video, he was there on time and stuff. Yeah. So I don't think I could have done it with any other person.
Definitely. And like you said, what I just quote there is he was on time even when you were filming, which is very important. Professionalism in the industry. Professionalism in the industry. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that? You know, when it comes to the industry, you know, the profession is because when our parents, nothing like told them, even if you saw about it, it's not just let's say, you know, it's like some of the most important things we need to consider. So I was going to ask you definitely about your writing process, but I'm going to come back to that. But since we talked about, you know, professionalism in the industry, getting into the industry, was family supportive of you starting to see? Earlier on, we said you're a girl. I didn't face but was family supportive? How was that for you? Was there any kind of stigma? Because let's be honest, I was looking at Thanksgiving, the cover for Thanksgiving, and I was like, oh, Sakina is confident. Damn, so confident. So, I mean, you're out with it, celebrating your femininity. I have pictures that I took, you know, but up to now, I'm like, should I post it? What if I see the bottom? Am I ready?
You should, girl. Don't limit yourself.
I'm going to announce it live on radio. If you see new content on my Instagram, Boss Sakina endorsed it. Boss Sakina said, I can, because every woman can. So tell me, was family supportive? How was the stigma? I mean, you're outright honest and open with yourself. You celebrate your femininity. How was that for you?
I'm very, very lucky. I count myself as very lucky because my family was very, very supportive. My mom was supportive. My dad was supportive. My sisters, everyone was supportive. Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah, that is what makes Boss Sakina unique, because even you can end up on the heaven and people could judge me, say you look trash, you look this and that and that. Where I'm coming from, my mom says, why not? Just do it.
Yeah, girl. Do it, girl. Yeah. Shout out to Mani. Dutale, I sent out a shout out that she's very supportive. Shout out to your sisters. I also understand one of your sisters is also your managers. So shout out to them. Thank you so much for the support. Because, and also I like that it's a woman to woman thing. Because I mean, imagine if your mom had said, "Hey, you know," it started with her endorsing that femininity. Just Bosekin, I'm just gonna do one small thing because one of my friends is not on the live, but I remember one time my friend is a poet. Her name is Tonga Mkololo. She also publishes. So when she published her first book called Conversations with the Gods, it was in 2018. I went over to Blawayo. She's from Blawayo. She's a mix of Benda, Demile, you name it. And I remember there's this one dress I'd bought saying I'm going to wait for that launch. And it was a bit too much. And this was the first time I was meeting her parents. She's Aisha Mariam, you know how people sell stories. So I was like to her mom, do you think I can wear this dress? She's like, my daughter, this is nothing. You must not give a damn. Even if you want to walk naked. And I was like, and from that day, I remember when I later remembered because it was a mom's birthday. I told my friend, could you tell your mom I said happy birthday? But most importantly, tell her I said thank you for making me embrace my femininity. I'm not saying her mom promoted, yes,
yeah.
yes. Yeah. I'm not saying her mom promoted nudity, but if you look at it, when a child is raped, when a child walks down the street, the first people to say "Angakafika yembe fupi" are women. They're women, and this is a very important lesson. Yes, to say this is who I am. I'm celebrating my femininity. So it is what it is. Now that you've mentioned it, I'm just, I'm like, oh wow, this is a great thing that family could support you. Your own mother could support you, Sakina, and it's such a beautiful thing. Sakina, let's get on with it. We have Cape Kappa DM Lioness saying, Sakina, hearty faces. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for loving Sakina. Thank you, Bobo, Simba Achim, Costa Shaju, King James. Thank you, all of you, for coming in. We have been talking to Sakina. Sakina is such a vibe. Such a vibe. Such a vibe, I tell you. Sakina, what goes into your songwriting process? Do you just wake up and write a song? Do you just say, Nasindaona munachipura and boa, can heartbreak? What goes into your songwriting process? How do you do it?
With me, when I'm out of the studio, very funny. I'm different from other artists because when I'm an artist, I need I'm not like that. When how I do my music, I get into the studio, I vibe with the producer, we get a beat, I'm inspired, we start writing, and we finish the song that day. Because I'm just going, my books, if I'm not feeling, if I'm depressed, this and that, no one open up studio when I'm depressed, but because I'm in the studio, it's my happy place, it's me, Jesus Nuto Sarah, and then I vibe with the producer and write my music. I don't even know what my next song is, but I know that when I go into the studio, I'm going to write something about female and about fun, about being yourself and stuff like that. Yeah.
So the studio is your inspirational place. As long as
you're getting a song.
So, Sakina, would like to know here. So, if we are going to bring you a mobile studio, if
we have a producer and we vibe with the producer,
a good producer.
A good producer. Even as a good producer, I have my own beat, which is Afro-pop, or even the dancehall. We work together, we come out with some, because I believe art is art. Is boring or exciting because art. Yeah.
Yeah, Sakina, it's really good to know about that. You are a person who creates. As much as you say, I'm finding in a book, at the end of the day, you do create. And that's what's important. We have Semi J, the producer. Semi J coming in and saying, when I first heard your voice, it was Kuhit Squad. Zero Beast was playing random tricks. You played one of your tricks. That is coming from Semi J. Thank you so much, Sam, for interacting with us. Sam always brings us the best sound here at Quad Arena, and we are so grateful for Sam. Shout out to you, Sam, and for that really beautiful message to Sakina. Sakina, I would like to know, what can you say was your defining moment or your turning point in your musical career?
My turning point, like I said at the beginning, when I started working with the dancehall. That is when everything just started working out for me. And when I also changed my name, this thing, everything when you're female, people just say dance, because when I started music, I was Sakina. When I got to do Sakina, people started giving me interviews because right now is what it boss Sakina.
Boss, who's the boss?
Yes. When I come in now, when I'm female, I was like, whoa, because they thought I was male. So this name actually told me make career young, because people really want to know Indiana no boss Sakina, boss HKD, boss Yala, boss Bobo.
Yes. So when did you exactly change your name?
When I just moved out from that youth squad, my vocals when I started working on my own, which is like 2 years back.
So then you decided, that name change.
Let me change my image. I'm now called Sakina and chant Sakina and Sakina, and then I started having radio interviews.
The irony. As soon as you changed your name, people are like, interesting, really. It's really great to know Sakina. So earlier on when we started, you told us that you're a mother, you're a girlfriend. I'm not going to touch on that. You're a mother, you're a girlfriend, you're a sister, because you vibe so well with your sisters. You are a daughter, you're your mother's daughter, because she's very supportive of you. But what are some of your musical guilty pleasures? That when we say, if we're going to put music there, yes, music is always going to be there for Boss Sakina. But what other things do you possibly say, these are my guilty pleasures? This is something that I probably do. This is something I work on, apart from music.
Besides my daughter is, I enjoy more, besides this, Sakina, I enjoy more being a mom. Because, when you have a daughter, you always learn new things every day. I chat like with my daughter every morning, you're going to learn something. It's maybe the way she's going to interact with you, or she's going to ask you questions. Mama, do you know what this means? Or I'm not gonna something silly. It's very fun to be a mom. Yeah, and then other things that I do, I'm a businesswoman.
Okay.
That comes after my daughter and my music.
Sakina, we hear you loud and clear. If there's anyone in the comment section, anyone in this live broadcast who has a son, be careful. Boss Sakina is a hands-on mom. You heard her. You have heard her. She is proud of that. She is open about it. She emphasizes it. So you have heard that. So thank you so much, Boss Sakina, for letting us into that. We definitely know that you're a mom and you make no jokes about it. So you talked about singing the first time, getting into a dancehall studio. How can you say your sound has evolved over time, and what other genres would you possibly explore in the future?
Oh, do you know that when I started this music item, I was into hip hop.
Okay.
She was the songbird. It was a group called Sakina.
Oh.
So she do the vocals, and then to do like the rap.
The rap.
So I'm open to any genre. Because I've also done collaborations. Even with Sungura, there's the collab that I've done. This Sungura guy. I'm open to music because you don't have to. I just believe that you don't have to limit yourself.
Definitely.
Do whatever you want to do, because I would able to hit, so particular part.
Definitely.
So I'm looking for any genre, like besides Freeman is also a dancehall artist. I've been talking to other gospel artists that I want to work with. Yeah.
Taking us to church. Taking us to church. Definitely. Imagine Mama Chirezi, with the sugar, taking us to church. We can't wait for that day. Definitely can't wait for that day. So like you're saying, if you're an upcoming artist, sometimes we do have upcoming artists, in this live broadcast. Don't box yourself. You don't know.
Yes. When I started with hip hop, after hip hop, and then Afro pop, and then Vanessa could dance, and people started to know the woods post and then could dance. So someone I'm gonna go to dance, and then when we go gospel, people might start knowing you. So if you're an artist, can I appreciate that art? Every genre is music, so you shouldn't limit yourself.
Definitely. If you're an artist who supports art, Don't limit yourself. We also have Shatrisha Vibes joining in. Thank you so much, Shatrisha. Sora, earlier on, network was just being jealous, but like Boss Sakina saying it's not about Thanksgiving because we are back on it. We've been talking to Boss Sakina. Shatrisha also says true, which just definitely means that if you're an artist, you do not have to box yourself. You just have to be, ready with it. Boss Sakina, a quick one. Who would you like to collaborate with in the future?
In the future, I would like to collaborate with a female artist because I like working with females. I'm told my TT is doing good these days, but I wouldn't mind working with them. I wouldn't mind working with Kiki Badass. I wouldn't mind.
We hear you.
With Amara, yeah. And then Varume, I wouldn't mind working with Mr. Putit, Enzo Aisha, Drum Master, like anyone, because I want to explore with my talent.
That's really great. So you had Boss Sakina. Boss Sakina wouldn't mind working with absolutely anyone, but I like that her list is Shatrisha Vibes is saying Kuna Natasha Moose.
That's a I've met her before studio. I wouldn't mind. I like a vibe.
Oh, definitely. So Shatrisha, you heard it, Hans. I like a vibe. We have Marumbids. I don't know Marumbids. They're speaking to Shatrisha. They have their own conversation going on. We're also glad that this is a meeting place. So thank you so much for coming in. Boss Sakina, it's been great. It's been fun. And what I really like is you were laughing out throughout this whole time. So it just basically means that maybe I'm funny, maybe I'm not, or maybe you're just a nice person.
You're not funny. You're such a good vibe. Usually when I laugh, I'll be in my comfort zone. So thank you for welcoming me and thank you for hosting me.
And thank you so much for doing this with us from one woman to another. Really, it's usually the assumptions.
And I was like, I'm in it.
We have Real Simple Claude also saying hi, Boss Sakina. So thank you so much. People were coming in, people were coming out. So yeah, this has been great. This has been great. I don't want Instagram to kick me out. So I'm gonna do a little wrap up. So yeah, if you just joined us, I am sorry, but not sorry also, because we're just gonna tell you the summary about all of this. We had Boss Sakina in our beautiful city, the beautiful, the amazing, the never give up Boss Sakina in quotes. From now on, I'm gonna call you that because you never gave up. We have Marumbizo saying Boss Sakina, beautiful lady. Indeed, she is so beautiful. Thank you so much for coming in, Boss Sakina. What would you like to tell an artist who'd like to try out the industry, an artist who'd like to get in? You told me, you went and you were told, Unoimba. You waited 5 years. You waited another 5 years. That made it 10 years. But you still came out. Guns blazing. You did this. Now Chirukupi Saga. Mama Chirez is on the hits. What would you like to tell a future artist who wants to start out?
Never give up and never change yourself because someone has told you, because when you're an artist, you're judged. And you're judged not by your fans or by Zimbabweans or people who just follow your music. You're judged by your inner circle. Especially when this is a producer or this is a DJ, people who are in the music industry. But you're not doing it. Always keep it to yourself that I'm not doing it for the DJs. No, you're doing it for your fans. And once you put out your music, you should know that you're a slave. You know. So you should always maintain that. And they can whichever spirit or whichever image you've put across, make sure that when you want to change that image, your fans come first. So because of that, change because now I actually that always think about your because you're now late. If you do that, you're not moved easily in the music industry.
Definitely. Boss Sakina, those are very wise words. If there were people out there who are doubting Boss Sakina, you heard her. Probably Boss Sakina needs to start her own TED show, my TEDx hour, or even motivational speaking, because We have been moved. We have been really moved. Boss Sakina, thank you so much. We have a very important comment coming in from Terry Zhu saying, good show. We'll definitely search for your music. Thank you, Quad Arena, for this show. Thank you so much also, Terry Zhu, for tuning in. You have heard Boss Sakina. We have spoken to her, and thank you so much for supporting her music. As we round off, just know that Boss Sakina is available on all social media platforms near you. She's here to populate it. Boss Sakina is on Facebook as Boss Sakina. She's also on Instagram. That is Boss Sakina, the BOSS Sakina. Go follow her on Instagram. Follow her Zaripo, guys. If you want to know updates about Boss Sakina, go and follow her so that you can know more about her. Right? It's not always right to go to the tabloids. You know, from the host mouth. You know, so it is what it is. Boss Sakina, this has been great. I wish we could do it the entire day. I wish we could do it the entire day.
And if you always want me to come back,
definitely. You should. You can come back every day, Boss Sakina, because this has been fun. We have Real Simple Claude saying, yeah, true, never give up. I have more than 8 years in music industry, but shure, thank you. So you can see your story is not just, your story. Other people also have very similar stories. So, Boss Sakina, my time is about now. So I do have to go. Working from home has been fun. Next week I'm back in the studio, and it has been really relaxed. Thank you so much for doing this with us. We understand you have commitments. You have your beautiful daughter to attend to. You have other things. I mean, you're a girlfriend. You're also a daughter. So you can also go back. You know, not gonna steal you much. So thank you so much, Boss Sakina. This has been fun. See you around, Boss Sakina. Thank you so much. Let's do this again. Cheers.
All right, dear. Bye, beautiful. Bye.
Thank you so much, Boss Sakina. Yes, that was Boss Sakina. Boss Sakina has been telling us a lot, you know, about her life. It's been great. It's been great. She has been telling us about her music, about her aesthetic, about what she stands for as a person, right? So this has been great. This has been brilliant. This has been awesome, from one woman to another. And also, I have been working from home today, in case you are wondering. But next week, we're back in studio. We are doing exactly this. We are doing the things that make the things happen, you know. So yeah, it is what it is. You know, so if you joined the live lastly and you were not exactly here, no worries. We can always do this again. This live broadcast will be available on our Quad Arena handle, that is Quad Arena Radio. So you can always head over and get to watch it. Also tell those who didn't watch it that this is exactly what was happening. We were sitting down with Boss Sakina. We got to know her. She told us she's all for women. She also told us about the artists she would love to collaborate with in the future. And it's so beautiful to know that 10 years ago, Boss Sakina held on to her dream. She said, I'm not going to give up about this. So if you're an artist, if you're in our inbox, you can... there's also Real Simple Cloud saying, how can I get an interview time with you? I have a lot to share. Real Simple Cloud, please do inbox us on our Quad Arena page. You can inbox your inquiries and we'll get back to you as soon as we are done with this episode. This has been awesome. This has been another conversation. I have been Amy Spitfire, the girl who brings in the heat, the girl who brings in the fire, sitting down, talking to Boss Sakina, woman to woman, guys, woman to woman, and getting to know her, and it's been really awesome. Remember to follow BantuSquare, that is the BantuSquare Show, here on Instagram. You can also follow us on Facebook, on Twitter. We are here to populate all things social media. We are all over. We are all over. You can also follow Quad Arena Radio, that is _Quad Arena here on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Let's get the conversation rolling. Right about next week, we have another phenomenal artist in the building. It's still Women's Month, and to conclude Women's Month, we have a beautiful rapper all the way from Kwabulawayo, who's going to be sitting down with us, and getting to tell us about her international travels, about her flow. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be interesting. So I hope you're ready for our next week's surprise guest. So just be ready for this and more updates on our Quad Arena page. We're going to be posting about it. We're going to be talking about it. You can also follow me on Twitter. That is Amos Spitfire, AMY Spitfire on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. You can add me on Facebook. I'm here for you to talk all things music, getting to know artists. And we're going to close off with Mama Chirezi by Boss Sakina and Pop 10. This has been awesome. This has been great. Working from home is not as bad as it seems, but don't worry. Next week, I'm going back to the studio. We can start up the party. I'm out. Thank you so much for coming through and joining us. Hope you have a great week. A week as great as you are. If you're bad, there's nothing I can do about it. But I'm sure I'm great. Shout out to my partner, Ndihobe, who was not able to join me today, but he was somewhere drowning under the sea. Shout out to Hamilzi. Shout out to Semi J. Shout out to you, J, Above 60. Shout out to Mzoeart for all the support that you give us and making sure that the brand comes out looking so sleek, looking out so clean. Thank you so much. Shout out to my mama, Terry Berry, for bringing me in with the best makeup look. I'll catch you next week. Same place, same time. Just keep up the love. And by the way, see you next time.